What is that thing? He's jumping, pulling drag on me. This is my lightest rig. Good morning, Team Zero. It's Jay, Zero Limit Outdoors. To my subscribers, I appreciate you. If you want to be part of Team Zero, subscribe, drop me a note, and if you have any short videos, I'll upload them on my channel. Out today on Pensacola Beach, got my rod setting. Just came out to test the waters in a spot I haven't tried in about a year, and you're gonna see the result. But I have been on the struggle bus. Persistence does pay off. But anyway, fun to see. Check me out. Thank you. All right, gang, getting my first rig out. You can see it's a little choppy, so I got some Sputniks I'm gonna pitch out just to hold my rig in the sand a little better. And let's just try to get it over these breakers without losing my bait. It looks like there's a little rip on the other side of me. We'll see what happens here. Again, I'm using some fresh frozen sand fleas that I got last week. The spots I wanted to go to, I got a little later start than I wanted to, but the spots I wanted to set up at were already taken this morning. Early bird does get the worm when you're fishing from a spot perspective. Let's see if I can stay tight here. Just want to check your drag. You just want it tight enough to hold in the surf, but not too tight to get hooked up. So gang, these are Sputnik weights. They have these little breakaway collars on here to help secure it in the surf. These might be the sinker guys. I think he's kind of local to the Panhandle, but you can get them just about anywhere. And these are some sand fleas that I got last week in the surf. Just freezing these, you get about one-time use out of them. If you refreeze them, they start to get a little mushy. But I hook it through its digging claw here. Easier said than done. Just to stabilize it a little better and hold it a little better. And then gently pierce it through the body so you don't crack that shell too much. And this one I'm going to put in close. You just never know what's cruising in closer, although it's pretty dang choppy out here. So I typically go far, close in my rig setup. Just seems to work with me. We're going to cast this in the surf here. I just try to get just past that breaker. And the Sputnik should keep it in place. Now in these lighter rigs, I've actually broke the line before pulling a Sputnik. I think I got a 15-pound braid on this, a 15-pound leader. And gang, I just use a PVC pole. I cut it on an angle. I got a rubber mallet and I just whack it in the sand. I know there's stainless steel, good sand spikes for your rods. This works for me. I was just getting ready to hit the head and this thing just went off. I don't think there's anything on here, but I'm gonna reel it in. I mean, it went straight down. Man, this thing got hammered. Just like duck hunting, if you want to change your luck, take a pee or cook some food. Yep, he ripped my my sand flea off. I got a slack line here. Got a slack line. Let's see what happens. Maybe just something brought it to the surf. Yeah, I came unbuttoned. If my Sputnik came unbuttoned and I... Oh no, there's a fish on there. That's a good fish. Oh, he just jumped. He just came unbuttoned. Oh, there he is. What is that thing? He's jumping. Pulling drag on me. This is my lightest rig. Not gonna fight him. Let's see if I can get this wave to help it in. It's right in the edge of the surf here. This is where I broke other big fish. It's right in the surf there. It looks like a big whiting maybe. Trying to get the surf to help me in here. I can't tell what that is. Trying to get the surf to... Might be a Pompano. Yeah, it's a nice Pompano. That's a nice Pompano. Let's see if I can get this wave to come in. I don't want him to break me off. That's a nice Pomp. That's a nice Pomp. Yeah, that's a keeper Pomp. That is a tank. That is a tank, people. Look at that. That is a tank Pompano. Thank you, Lord. Check that out. Wow, that's amazing. That is a tank, and I'm not entered in the contest either. Wow. First big Pomp of the year. Woo! Thank you for celebrating with me, ma'am. And thanks for cleaning our beaches too. I appreciate it. That is a tank. There's my foot. He's over 2 foot length on my feet. I got a size 9. That thing couldn't have been 15 feet off the shore. We're eating Pompano tonight, people. Come here, fella. Look at that. Good hook placement. Wow, he got hooked really well. I might have to break this off. He got hooked really well. There he goes. That thing is a tank. Look at that. Epic Pomp. Let's get him on the tail of tape. He's coming home. I'm eating good tonight. Let's see how big he is. He's a 16-inch Pompano. Beautiful fish. Thank you, Lord. I'm gonna clean him off, throw him in the cooler. This is where you can lose fish at, people. Just gonna soak him off here a little bit. Get some of this sand off of him. That is a tank. That is a tank. That is a tank, guys. I'm gonna get them in my little cooler here. Much ice. I rarely keep. Actually, I rarely catch. But he's going in the cooler, guys. He doesn't even fit in my cooler. There we go. I'm gonna bleed him out in a little bit off camera. Wow. So I just caught that Pomp. He couldn't have been 15 yards offshore maybe. So I'm gonna try to bring these in a little closer. That was a tank of a Pomp. my PB pomp for sure. Oh, I'm so excited. You don't know. I've been on the struggle bus for weeks, people. Weeks. All right, this is for my buddy Lee. Lee, here's the finished Pompano fillets. We got a nice fillet here. I cut most of the bloodline out that I can. And these are the little fillets that come off the bloodline. But I just basically use salt, pepper, garlic, and to taste. So SPG. There's the S. There's some P. And with Pompano, you don't got to do a lot to them. They're a good tasting fish, but I do like a little spice, so I'm going to add smoked paprika and some of the Tony Cheshires, as my friends in Louisiana told me is the right way to pronounce it, but I still could be hacking it up. A little garlic. And this is garlic powder. It doesn't have the salt, because I've already added some salt, although I might add a little more salt here. With the Tonys. This stuff, if you don't have it, Lee, get some. And I do a pretty liberal coating of this, because the way I grill mine with a little grill pan, flat top would probably be better, but I don't do it in a whole lot of butter or oil, so a lot of this gets, unfortunately, kind of burnt off. And then my favorite, I know this says something else, but this is paprika. Get yourself some good smoked paprika, gang. And I coat it till it's red. This stuff. Now other people are probably like, that's a lot of paprika. But like I said, the way I grill, I don't do a traditional blackening because I don't put a bunch of butter on there. I love butter, don't get me wrong, but I don't need it. And then rinse and repeat on the other side. And that's it, Lee. And then you throw it on the grill. I do about 1:30 on each side. Less is more. Like I just literally caught this morning, so that's all you'll need. All right, Lee, there's the finished product. There's the Pompano. Sherry made some Mexican rice, sopa, little dressing with cilantro. I made a sriracha aioli. And Sherry says I don't eat anything green, and that's a big ass jalapeno. So there you go, that's my dinner. Thanks for watching, everybody. Appreciate you all. I'm out. Peace.